everyone, we're back with another episode of My Time at Portia. So today we're hoping to finish up the Portia Bridge out to the desert and start heading out that way and seeing what's out there. Let's get loaded into the game. Now in our last episode we worked on most of the bridge. We did two of the three commissions that we were able to get, as well as expanded our workshop a couple of times. So we're a little low on funds right now, but fortunately we've discovered a better fishing place to make money very quickly. So we should be able to recover some of that with minimal effort. So let's see how things go. Thanks to everybody who's hanging out with us tonight. See what we have here. So just as a reminder of where we're at, let's take a look at our mission list. So we still have a regrettable deal. At some point we'll deliver these materials to Higgins, but we're going to hold off on that just a little bit. We need to make some dog food for scraps, and we are working on the Portia Bridge, which requires a bridge tower and a bridge section. And the reason that we weren't able to complete that is it requires a ton of carbon steel bars, more than we were able to come up with very quickly. In fact, it takes 10 steel plates and then 4 steel frames, which is another 20 bars. So that's a total of 50 carbon steel bars per piece, or per commission. So we are looking for this bridge tower, and so you can see there the 20 and 30 carbon steel. So we're making the steel plates. We'll go ahead and do the steel beams first. That'll also take some ironwood planks, which we fortunately have. The carbon steel bars we have. We have the welding rods. Not sure. Have to look and see if we put those away. We did put those away, but we do have them. So we can make those steel frames now. And so that's ironwood plank, steel frames, and 6 bronze pipes, which we should also have, but not in our inventory either. So we'll go ahead and set that there. Get those bronze pipes out. Bronze pipes. Right. So we can complete this portion of the commission. Right, and our next one is going to be a bridge tower. Now the bridge tower is going to take some hardened clay. Make sure we do. Which I believe is what Portia uses in place of concrete. Some steel plates we have working, and some strengthened glass, which we also have. So now we're just waiting on the rest of our steel plates, and those will be done in about 10 hours. So let's head into town and see what we can do about a new commission today. It is Thursday, and on Saturday they're going to be opening up the Portia Museum, so we want to make sure that we can get our commissions taken care of this week, so that whatever we decide to do with the museum, we're in a good position for. 2 pillow. We'll do 2 pillows. And let's double check. I think we've surpassed Higgins. We have by just a little bit. We'll need to keep doing those commissions to stay ahead of him, but Higgins is kind of a jerk, so it feels good to be in first, or at least to be ahead of him. All right, so let's go ahead, and one thing I wanted to do is expand my storage a little bit. So let's go ahead and make some storage containers. And so we can do lots of wooden storage. I wanted to see how much a metal storage takes. So a single 2 bronze plates. Let's go ahead and make a metal storage, and we'll use this metal storage as the place we store our emperor fish. Donate to the museum. Now the museum will give us a special item if we donate 1 of each emperor fish. So we can start fishing those up a little bit early, just making sure that we always have enough. There we go. And the rest we can sell. Furnaces are all still going strong, so we'll leave them to do it. Let's go ahead and make the pillows for our commission so we can turn those in while we're in town today. I think pillows are under parts. Or actually we can go to quest. Just make 2 pillows. It's done. Crops are all looking good. They're all growing nicely. Right now we're using our crops as a financial resource. And we'll be expanding that before too long. All right, that'll do. So we have a couple of things we want to work on. We do want to make some more goals. We had sort of exhausted our funds in our last episode, and so we want to make sure we're in a good position there. We also want to ensure that we have enough. I think we can sell these potato fruits. Oh, it's not a good day to sell stuff though. I shouldn't have sold that fish. Can we buy it back? Is that okay? So we'll wait on selling any fish till a better market day. Gift of some simple circuits. Talk to Phyllis as well. Phyllis, you get a snakeberry. Cool. So we have a couple options for what we can do in order to earn money. One of the things that's quite profitable at this point is going through the mines. It'll also give us data disks, which we can use to expand our farming operation and really sort of shore up some of that income that we'll be getting from that. We could also just directly go fishing, which is certainly the highest possible income in the game. You know, even if you dedicated your entire farm to, or your entire workshop to farming, with the highest level farm and the most profitable crops, you'd only be looking at around 12 to 15,000 goals per day base, which you could increase with different talents or things like that. And that's very respectable money. There's nothing wrong with having 15,000 goals a day, but that does require you to dedicate literally all of your land to a farming setup, and it's pretty time consuming as well. And fishing, you can make up to about 30,000 goals a day simply by fishing. And the disadvantage there is that it's much more active. You have to actually go out and do the work in order to make that money, whereas with the farming, it's once you set it, just every 3 days you pick and replant. Take half a day to do that. So there's some good and bad in both, but what we're planning to do here is a little bit of a split approach, where we're going to mine out some iron ore, which we can never really have enough of, as well as some relics. And hopefully get some data disks. Those data disks can be used either for research or for more farming equipment. And then some relics themselves can be very profitable or can be used as gifts or donated to the museum. So some options there as well for us. Now, right now we're mostly sticking to mining out these rich iron veins. But once those dry up, we might look at doing some relic hunting. Now with relic hunting, we have the advanced relic scanner, which means we can more precisely identify what relics we're getting, which does speed things up a little bit, but it also gives us a slight problem in that it lets us detect things that are much farther away, and so you have to be a little more careful with what we choose to seek out. With a regular relic scanner, you're only able to detect things up to about 20 yards away. And so if you find an item at all, you know you can pretty reasonably get to it pretty quickly. Whereas here you can scan things up to, I think, 50 yards away, or meters away, rather. Industrial engine, it's worth a couple hundred goals. And we have a small stockpile of them, so we may hang on to it until we figure out whether or not we're going to need very many more. Let's see. The one nice thing is that we can identify what each of these relics is before we dig them up. So here we can see this is a crate. The crates contain power stones, old parts, and data disks. Since data disks are one of our main goals here, it's helpful for us to find those crates and dig them out. So that's sort of a secondary goal for us. I think that's enough mining for today. We'll head back on down to the workshop and get our horse, and then go fishing for the rest of the day, just to make a little bit more money directly. Looks like we had a little bit of audio problem with the game sound there. That should be back now for you guys. So let's see. I have 37 bait. Let's go ahead and buy some more bait. Never have enough bait. And now that we have the horse, movement around the area is so much quicker. It's so much nicer. So we are going to want some bait. There. It's a good day for buying. So we'll go ahead and buy... Let's buy 100. And what we're actually going to do, we are going to sell some of these items. We weren't planning on selling right now. We'll make this money back very quickly. And what this will let us do is invest in some of these items that we're going to want a lot of. Things like fertilizer and bait, while it's very affordable for us. $308. We're gonna want some potato seeds. We'll buy 200 potato fruit seeds, and we'll buy the rest fertilizer. There we go. All right, so we're completely out of money, and we've gone through our fish supplies. But the good news is that we have a pepper. Our horse here. There we go. Work on our horse's loyalty level a little bit. Alright, so let's head up into the collapsed wasteland in order to go fishing. almost make it to the pool on a single stamina bar there, but not quite. Alright, here we go. Now this pool has the wise fish, which are the profitable ones, so we're only going to be catching wise fish and kingfish here. And speaking of kingfish, so that solves a lot of our money troubles straight away. Kingfish are, again, worth 5,000 goals, so very good money. One was a catfish king. Now we've already caught all of the possible emperor fish out of here, so we only really need to worry about whatever fish are going to bring profit here. About 5,600 goals, 5,900 goals. Actually 5,960. That's 6,280. About 6,600. It's an emperor catfish, but we've already got one of those. It's a kingfish for us. This is our first king bladefish, so I've never seen one of these before. Alright, we are out of stamina. Means we can head home. Scraps is down here. Let's go ahead and say hello to him. We'll give him a gift of berry. Now Scraps needs some dog food, so we can work on that when we get back to our workshop. Let's go ahead and say hello to Ginger as we run past.
Hello. I really like making small trips. Bye.
Right. Now dog food comes from the blender. Let's double check on the ingredients for that and see what we need to make it. I think we need some salt and some flour. So we need some flour from the farm store, which we can get. I think they're just closed today, so we'll remember to pick that up tomorrow. What we can do though is now we have our steel plates, we can go ahead and finish our bridge commission, and that means we'll be in a good position going into tomorrow in order to pick up a big weekend commission there. Looks like we'll actually be able to turn this commission in tonight because Albert's gone to the restaurant. Let's pop in there. Hello, Albert.
Let's see here. Not too shabby. Like my new look. The hat. I got a new hat.
Alright, Albert. So in our last episode, we talked to Albert and he wanted some help improving his style. Looks like he's gotten a new hat. Fun for him. So we have no idea what kind of commission we'll be getting tomorrow. Let's go ahead and make sure that all our furnaces have lots of fuel and are making materials that we want to have on hand. So we've got 17 steel bars. We'll go ahead and keep making lots of steel bars, or bronze bars here. Looks like we are running low on copper, so we'll have to make a trip into the abandoned ruins there. Want to keep making carbon steel bars, of course. I think we'll just let these time out. We'll make sure that they have plenty of fuel. That should give us plenty of carbon steel for now. Although you can never truly have enough, of course. Looks like one of our crops is ready to harvest. Go ahead and pick that up, and we'll go ahead and refuel our water tank with fertilizer. So that our crops can stay nice and fertilized. Now, one thing we'd like to do is expand this out a little bit. Give us a little bit larger farm section there. Will give us a little bit more of that passive income. Each one of those boxes gives us around 30 goals a day passively. So if we could get that up to about 30 boxes total, that'd be about 1,000 goals a day, which would be nice. And again, the hard cap on that is going to be somewhere around 300 boxes, which will take about half a day to replant and harvest. But we'll give you around 10,000 goals a day. It's actually about 30,000 every 3 days, if you do it that way. So, alright, the commission is done. That's good. Let's go ahead and place some of our items into storage, just to make sure we have everything out of the way. Let's take a look at our horse. So, starting to get a little more loyal. It's fully trained, which is nice. We don't need to train it anymore. And then interacting with it and petting it. That's how we build up that loyalty. I think also giving it food that it likes, things like aroma apples. Being Friday, there's going to be a big commission available for us. Let's go ahead and see what kind of market day it is. 78, so it's a bit better, but still not great. So we'll probably hold off on selling things until we come up with a good reason to. Let's head in and see what sort of commissions are available for us. Industrial cutter, 600. Well, that's the winner. That's what we're making. Industrial cutter. Let's head back and see what we need to get started on for that. Don't think it should be too bad. I think we'll have most of the materials we need. Going to go in here and do an industrial cutter. That's 2 grinding saws. We can make easily enough bloodstone, iron bars, and resin, which we have. At least the iron bars and resin, we can mine out the bloodstone real quick. 10 carbon steel bars we fortunately have, and 4 simple circuits. So that's going to be quite an easy one. Let's go ahead and get our carbon steel bars and our simple circuits out. And let's see what we can do about these industrial saw blades, grinding saws. So we do have enough to make 2 we need, as well as a couple extras. We will go ahead and go mine some of those large stones, just to make sure that in the event we come up with something again in the future, we have the materials we're looking for. Right. Let's head back into town. Turn this in. Then we'll head out to Amber Island to mine out some of the large rocks out there for more amber, or topaz, and more bloodstone. that could help. There are 3,000 goals in our pocket. Also, check on the status of the bridge, since we did help them finish all of the commissions. I think they are just taking their time to build it. Alright, let's do a little bit of mining up here. Just chop through some of these rocks. This is where we'll get the bloodstone. It's also where we'll get some of the gemstones. We haven't had quite as much luck today as we would have liked. At least so far. Bloodstone. Looks like there's a little bit more. There we go. Starting to get a little bit more bloodstone and some topaz. What I'd really like is to get, you know, a sapphire or diamond. These rock formations will give us some crystals or power stones, or both. That should do. So we now have another full day to use however we like. We are out of copper ore, so let's head into town and go mine out some copper ore. It'll also give us a couple more data discs we can use to keep research going or to expand our farm. And actually, while we're here, we'll head up to the church and buy some more of the tiles. Before we do that, let's talk to Ak.
Hello.
Keep working on our friendship with him. Do some simple circuits. You seem to like those well enough. They are pretty easy for us to come by. Alright, from the church store we can get some of these irrigation flooring. Now those are one for one data disk. We do need to maintain enough data disks to keep our research going through the research center. That's how we keep sort of advancing our workshop. That'll give us 9 more spots. And at some point we can come in and trade data disks for some other seeds to get some other rare materials, and some large planter boxes so we can grow some trees. Looks like we can actually buy some copper here, but we'll hold off on that. Be able to mine out everything we need easily enough. Before we start, let's see if there are any nearby relics we might want for. At least one right here. Want to get a fair bit of copper just so we can always have enough copper and bronze for whatever commissions come our way. We won't get any more commissions over the weekend unless we get some quest ones, which means that anything we gather this weekend is just sort of adding to our stockpiles and making it so that next week our commissions come easier. It's a bit of a cycle that Portia follows as we once we get ahead of the commissions, then we can spend whatever time we need to complete them, but anything else beyond that is sort of ours to use however we want. There, box there. We'll find our way over to that. See how that does for data disks. That might be enough for the day. Alright, so we're up to 18 data disks. That's good. I wanted to get up to 20. We'll go to 20. Because I'm not sure how many our next researcher is going to take. Looking for boxes. That's an interestingly shaped relic. I'm not sure what that is. There's one box. So we'll mine out these 3 relics. That should give us the data disks we need, as well as a whole bunch more copper ore. And maybe even a few extra data disks, so if we decide to end our farm just a little bit longer, we can do that too. A piece of sunny side. We got 2 data disks there, make that 3. So that's worked out pretty nicely for us. I think that will do it for today. It'll give us a few hundred more copper or copper bars, or 4 copper or bronze bars. And let's head back to the workshop, expand our farming operation just a little bit, put down these irrigation tiles and some planter boxes, plant some more seeds. Alright, so these irrigation tiles. The irrigation tiles let us automatically draw fertilizer out from our fertilizer tank there. So we have 8 more. So what we'll do is we'll extend. Let's extend forward a little ways. And in order to use them, you simply need to place the farm boxes on top of the irrigation tiles, and then fully place the tank as well. So we don't have 8 more boxes yet, but I think we can get those soon. What we're gonna do is we're actually gonna wait to plant these for now, I think, until we can we're gonna replant everything all at once, so that all of our harvests happen at the same time. Now we do need, looks like 5 more farm boxes, so let's see what we can do. Stuff to make 12, so let's do 5. Now we'll use some of these as the seasons change or as our needs change to get various other crops. But these potato fruits so far are the most profitable ones we've found. And it looks like as we place those planter boxes in, they've come in and filled with fertilizer. So we'll go ahead and refill our tank. So those are all set. So once these potato fruits are done, we'll be able to take advantage of that. Now we're going to go down to the harbor to do a little bit of fishing and try and get some more of those emperor fish, the different types of emperor fish. Because tomorrow the museum opens and we won't be able to catch all of the fish straight away, but we want to have as many of them sort of locked away as we can. There are a couple of pools here along the beach. Let's open up our map and see where that is. So there's one a little further out and then one that's behind us. We'll come over here, do a little bit of fishing out here. So we happen to have an emperor bannerfish already. was a firefish. I think we will need an emperor firefish. Go. I'm not sure what other fish can even be found out here, so we'll see if we can find something. I think maybe a puffer fish. Lanternfish can be found out here, and here we have one. And I think that might actually be all that's out here. We'll fish. We'll throw out a couple more lines and see if anything interesting bites, but otherwise I think we're in a good spot. Go ahead and catch an emperor bannerfish just in case. Seaweed. I'm pretty sure the seaweed is considered junk, but we so lanternfish aren't worth very much. This is not a very profitable fishing spot. I did not mean to go fishing again. To ride our horse. Head here to harbor. See what which we might get here. I know we can get some golden salmon here. So bubblefish. So we'll look for an emperor bubblefish here. And I think we'll also take an emperor golden salmon. I think we may have one, but if we catch one, or if we spot one, we'll grab it up. King golden salmon works. We'll definitely grab that. Another 5,000 goals for us. Never hurts to have more kingfish. Just regular bubblefish. The bubblefish picture takes up so much of the circle. I'm hesitant to sort of just like let it go, because I don't know where the icon will be on it for the emperor. Alright, last cast for the night, and then we'll head back to the... There we go. The golden salmon. Solid find. For the night. Tomorrow the museum will open. Museum opening is exciting because it opens up a new sort of era in our workshop sort of development. Will let us push forward with our workshop rating, as well as get some special items. Right, the ribbon cutting ceremony on the bridge is on tomorrow on Sunday. Civil Corps is done. There is a new abandoned ruins for us. They are posting some new materials. Looks like these need a couple more hours. We'll let those finish up and then we'll replant the whole lot at once. Let's take our horse out of the stable. Sometimes if it's in the stable, trying to interact with it will fail. And so it's good to take it out when you want to pet it. And it's exciting that we get to go check out the desert now. Got the food. Alright. Up to 45 loyalty there. Prices are all still going strong. So today, oh, it looks like we have a new commission from Ack. What's that about?
Call me a donut, but I'm getting really popular around here. There are even tourists coming to Portia just to taste my cooking. How about that?
But what happened to her?
Fried my circuits. I'm not sure. They're
Do you remember her looks? Maybe you can give me
holy lemonade. This.
that.
Make sure you get her legs.
Alright, so it looks like he wants us to build a Lara model at our workshop. Good commission for us. Also do the mission inspection minigame today. Oh, this one has multiple wrong with it. It's interesting. Lion's claws. Anything that's colored out of place. Too big. Really tough sometimes on some of these models. See when things are misshapen. You know, this one has a lot of curved edges. Any like weird bulges, anything like that. Discoloration. Might be able to cheat this one. Need to. Not seeing it. It's strap is good. Metal on this claw doesn't have any problems. The loop buckling is good. Things forward, the claws all seem to be about the right shape and size. Working on the leather. Go to the other glove. Blue leather again seems to be in pretty good match. Metal also looks about the same. Not seeing any differences there. Just in the same places. Discoloration. Right. So here's what we do. We zoom out as much as we can and we click. We got it. By zooming out as much as you can, you improve your odds of guessing correctly because it's anywhere within the circle. Works. Alright, so it is Saturday. Let's check out the museum. On our way, we'll stop by and see what the current sale price is. 91%, so it's on its way up. We'll to head into town or head out of town and check out the desert. Grand opening ceremonies here today.
I'm very pleased to announce the formal opening of our city's museum. I hope everyone will help contribute to this institution to make it something all can be proud of. Merlin has volunteered to be the curator of this museum. Everything inside will be under her care.
Let's see what the museum's all about. We have some assembled items, some relics, donation rewards. So if we donate items, we'll get different rewards. Safety. Mini bowling alley. Right, well. Pieces exchange. Alright, new relic piece requests. Published every Sunday, so we'll come back tomorrow and see what that's all about. Here we have fish tank. We can put lots of relics up here. There's the fish tank. Fish species collected. Alright, so how do we donate fish, I wonder? Let's try donating our banner fish. Or we'll try donating our firefish. Ah. Very cool. So we can just do that with each of our emperor fish. Let's go ahead and go for that. Very cool. So the gladiator fish we won't be able to get, but I think every other fish we can already fish up. From a pond we have access to, and the gladiator fish may be available from the desert. Excellent. We have over here. Okay, so a door to the research center. That's cool. Just some more exhibit room back here. Awesome. This place looks like fun. Cool. So we'll swing by tomorrow with more of our emperor fish to finish filling out the museum. Grab our horse. Let's talk to
With the
Gail.
completion of the museum, I think we'll be getting more and more tourists. Hi, my sweet Ginger is. See you.
Head on out to the desert. Explore there. So we have a Didi stop out here. That's a little interesting since there's one not far from here. Looks like we have different plants we can gather out here. A little vineyard, it looks like. Got that out a little later. Some chili peppers, there we go. Bones. Peppers. Got some snakes out here. Those snakes are definitely dangerous. Wanna spend too much time messing with them. So I think there's the abandoned ruins that the Civil Corps was talking about up in this tower. I think we can just go mining in here. Let's stop in and see what that has for us. That's 600 goals to get in. I bet we'll make our money back real quick though. Oh, this is an interesting one. There's definitely lots of types of material out here. Magnesium ore. Looks like we have some iron out here as well. Get plenty of magnesium. Now, magnesium does seem to be coming in a bit slower, so this may be something we have to come back to once we further upgrade our tools. We Get some aluminum ore out here too. It looks like this blue is aluminum ore, so that's exciting. Probably use that to some aluminum stuff. Lots of data discs out here as well. The red is just giving us probably stone. Stone, sand, and soil, same as before. I think that is all the different types of materials out here that we're seeing. And we've got our standard soil and dirt. Let's see what the relic scanner picks up out here. Some crates still. Let's see what's in some of these items. We'll dig down to this. Relic is right below us here. We'll switch over and get these crates. It's a keypad. It's an interesting one. Oh, a condensed power stone. So I believe the condensed power stone is used for some of the highest level equipment as a power source. And it can be made from regular power stones, but it's neat that we're sort of starting to dig it up already. We have some more as well as some aluminum wiring. Right. Looks like a pretty good haul there. Let's head on out and see what else the desert has for us. It's exciting that this area has opened up. Like we have some more other DD stop out here. And not sure if we jump down there, is there a way out? Well, let's find out. So that seems to be closed. Check this tunnel. Dana's mine. So, nothing there. There's a treasure chest though. Let's see what that's got for us. Husbandry data chip number 2. So again, I think that's for Ack. Although he hasn't opened up. A relationship with us that lets us give him those data chips. There's another tunnel over there. Some more land across the southern beach to the shore. I bet this is the tunnel they're working on digging. Doesn't look like we can do anything here just yet. Come down here and check out. Like we've got. I'm guessing this is a condensed data stone rock. Oh, a topaz rock. That'll do. Alright. So coming in along the shore, we're not seeing anything by way of fishing. There is an interesting monster here. Oh, bikini flippers. That's a boss monster and not one that we are ready to fight yet. So we're gonna just get out of dodge right there. Okay, so there is a fishing spot in the desert. Oh, these crabs are mean ones. Alright, so the desert is not to be underestimated. There are a lot of things out here that want to eat us for lunch. Can we chop this tree? Let's see what this tree gives us, if it's anything different. It has a unique look to it. Poplar wood. Alright, lots of hardwood too, so it's a good resource for us there. Here we have the fishing spot, looks like an oasis. Got yellow sapphire necklace. Let's see what we can fish up here. That looks like a king salmon. And here we get our gladiator fish. So I think once we get our emperor gladiator fish, we may have every emperor fish. Oh, we get the wise fish out here too. So, good money to be earned. Golden salmon. Wise fish. So what we really want is an emperor gladiator fish. Wise fish are very profitable. We'll take any of those that we come across as well. But an emperor gladiator fish. It's the prize. That's a regular gladiator fish. Until you see the different icons, you're never sure what they look like, and so you're a little jumpier. Oh, it's a king wise fish. We've not seen one of those before. That is an intense fish right there. Oh, a wiser fish is what they call that. So we're really looking for that emperor gladiator fish. But we will not turn down a kingfish if it presents itself. Just a waiting game at this point. We are unfortunate enough not to catch one tonight. We'll come back tomorrow and see if we can't get it there. I believe that turning in one of each emperor fish is how we unlock the highest tier fishing rod, the master rod. Makes catching these fish even easier than they already are. Now most of these fish we can just simply reel in. It's a third kingfish today. It's very generous. Which is why we're so eager to get this, if it's truly our last one that we need. Then it means that tomorrow we could come back out here with a master fishing rod, potentially. I don't know how long it takes for us to get that. Last cast of the day. Brackets. Ice fish. A golden salmon. Wise fish. Gator king. I think this will be the last fish. Not an emperor, but that'll take us home. Alright, I think we're gonna do one more day in this episode, get through the weekend. Call it. Alright. So in addition to all of our fishing shenanigans from yesterday, we did get the quest to build Lara. We also got Alright, so steel plates, rusty iron pipes, iron pan, leather horn, racket. So we do need a racket. Good to know. We happen to have think we have just about everything else we'll need. We might need to buy a porcelain plate. But the rest of this we should be able to come up with. See what we need for the leather horn. And we'll have to fish up a racket. But let's go ahead and get started on those 3 iron plates, or 3 steel plates. 3 steel plates. Go ahead and get started on those. See what we need for the leather horns. Need some copper coils. So 2 copper coils, it looks like. Make the iron pan. We have enough copper. And that has been put on. So let's go ahead and sort. We need a rusty iron pipe. Bronze pipes. Cooking pan. We need a steel plate and a racket. The racket will come from fishing. Looks like our crops are done, so let's go ahead and harvest those. And our next crop. Potato fruits there. Now each of these boxes is going to give us 20 potato fruits. Each potato fruit is worth 4 golds, and it takes 3 days to grow. So that's 80 golds per box every 3 days. We have 20 boxes, so that's 1,600 golds 3 days. So around 600 gold today, a little less. We have a forge now. That's exciting. To head into town for the skill. Oh, we want to swing by our fishing box, actually. Let's go ahead and store some of these items that we've been hanging on to. And then swing by our fishing box and take out our Emperor fish collection. Nope. Right. These have gotten a lot tougher. Marks there. Anything out of place. It's shapen. Bent the wrong way. Bad markings. Oh, there we go. Right. Swords are usually pretty straightforward. We have one there. That curve is not meant to be there. So one more. Stands out there. That edge. Handle was at the wrong angle. Okay, so these sunglasses are horribly mangled, but they're horribly mangled on both sides. I think it's intended to throw us for a loop here. That's clearly wrong. Markings, anything out of place? Right. Be a tough game. Here's what we're gonna do. Go. Sorted it out. And that one was nice and easy. Alright, 2 steel shells. 6 iron wood planks, easy enough. 2 large pipes, and 4 wooden pillars. So the 6 iron wood planks we can definitely get done today. We'll see what the other commissions will take. Oops. First. So let's see what we can do about these steel shells and wooden planks. Steel shells, steel frames, welding rods, steel plates. So a lot more steel, but not too bad. Nothing we can't handle. The other items we needed were wooden pillars, I think, and large pipes. So more bronze pipes, we'll get started on those straight away. Wooden pillars, we need to mine some poplar wood and get some rope, and the rope comes from here, which we can go ahead and start on. Materials for that, we'll get started on bronze pipes. Right. Let's head out to the bridge ribbon cutting ceremony. Head in, take some time to gather up some manure from the field as we ride through. So you can never have enough manure. Here we are at a ribbon cutting ceremony.
Thanks to everyone's efforts, we're one step closer to making Portia a pivotal hub within the Free Cities. I hereby declare the Portia Bridge open for business.
Very exciting. Alright, so we need a little bit more poplar wood. We'll actually chop some of these trees. Happen to be right here. Lots of ironwood and hardwood out of these trees as well, which makes them very good for us in terms of sort of universal usage. Alright. Did a racket, and we needed an emperor gladiator fish. So let's head back up to the oasis. See if we can't get those things. I happen to know that there are rackets here, as we saw several of them yesterday. Maybe we'll get lucky and get an emperor gladiator fish real soon. For a racket or an emperor gladiator fish. But we have seen noticeably fewer kingfish today as well, so while this pool may have the largest chance of seeing them, it's not so overwhelming that it dwarfs our fishing opportunities elsewhere. Looks like we may not get the opportunity to turn this in today, even if we do catch one. Still need that racket though. That's part of a commission for us, so it's important for us to find one. Fishing is where they come from. I think the crystal necklace is worth quite a lot, so if we see one of those again, we'll grab it. Lots of gladiator fish, no emperors yet. Otherwise, fish is profitable enough that we'll reel that in. It definitely tests your patience. Sometimes you just see the gladiator fish and you hope you're missing the icon, so you reel it in anyways, but it's not how it goes. Not really the truth. And the worst part of it is, how many hundreds of rackets have we overlooked or thrown away? And I think we may have even gotten an emperor gladiator fish out of the fishing contest that we elected to sell as part of our spoils. Makes this all the more frustrating. But patience and persistence, we will get what we came for. Another king-wise fish. Ah, we have our racket. That's good. The day was not entirely in vain. Just need that Emperor. Proving more and more elusive. We do need to definitely head back in time to get our ironwood planks started before bed. Cross our fingers that we are able to catch this quickly. I think we'll end it there. Back. It's a long ride. Even with our horse, we may not make it. We'll hope. Falling off our horse will not help, though. It's pretty stunning how large this game world is. Gonna be close. Let's make it to our saw before 3. No. No, didn't make it. Oh well. Alright, I think we will call it there for tonight. Thank you to everybody who's been hanging out. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. We'll be back again soon with I'm at Portia.